Well, it's the end of a football season, and of course, for the 17th straight year, it's the end of the dysfunction at One Bill's Drive. And boy, after this season, there is a lot of dysfunction, if you know what I mean. Guess everybody knows by now that blustering, blithering idiot who was their coach the last 2 years is gone. That's right. Rex Ryan and his sideshow have left One Bill's Drive. Of course, when he was hired 2 years ago, I wasn't too keen on the idea in the first place. Oh, we're gonna be a big bully. We're gonna pound the ball. Cheap words, you fat idiot. Yeah, guess what? The only idiot is you. Hell, you're supposed to be a defensive genius. You know what our defense looked like with you as the head coach and your brother, who hasn't had a haircut since the Stone Age, have done? Yeah, you look like a sieve, especially against Jaya, or I should say however the hell you pronounce his name, and Bilal Powell, and all the other no-name running backs. You made them look like all-stars for their teams. Jaya looked like Larry Zonka. Of course, Larry Zonka played for the Orange before he became a Miami Dolphin. Of course, he had his nose broken about 15 times. That's why he looked like he did with that weird face mask. Although it served the purpose, but Ajaya, all he's got are those dreadlocks that all of them seem to wear. Hell, you can pull them down by the hair. Why doesn't the NFL make a rule and say, no dreadlocks, buddies? Of course, with Roger Goodell and his ways, well, who the hell knows? But back to the dysfunction. You made Bilal Powell look like Freeman McNeil for the season finale. And of course, you wanted to bench Tyrod Taylor because hell, he gets injured during a game, we're on the hook for like $30 million. And of course, Tyrod Taylor doesn't look like a $30 million quarterback. You know what? I think he's out of here. And of course, he had to complain about it. And of course, we decided to put everybody's favorite Bills bust from the last 4 years, E.J. Manuel, in at quarterback. And what did he look like? A bust. If you know what I mean. Well, of course, you threw in Cardale Jones there to see what he's made of. He looks like he's got a few good points, especially on that bomb he threw to Justin Hunter that set up the Bills' only score. Of course, we made Ryan Fitzpatrick, a former Bill, look like Joe Namath. You know, what is it with us? We take no-name players, make them look like superstars. All like New England in their rushing attack. But that shows the dysfunction at One Bill's Drive. Heck, goodbye, Rex Ryan. I hope the door hits you in your fat ass on the way out. Good luck, Bob Ryan. I hope the door hits you in the fat ass on the way out, too. Now we got Anthony Lynn as the interim coach, but who knows if he's going to be the guy now. Of course, we'd like to have Sean McDermott. We'd like to have Josh McDaniel. Or we'd like to have any other top assistant. But who the hell knows? Looks like Mr. Whaley there, who's supposed to be the general manager there for the Bills, apparently he has no say in the matter. Apparently, it's up to Terry Pagula. Thing is, if Pagula is the one who has the say in the coach, why the hell do we need a general manager? Why the hell do we need a president, Russ Brandon? You know, maybe it's time we cleared house. Of course, with Pagula pulling the strings, you gotta wonder, is this becoming Dallas North? Like Jerry Jones got his hand in the cookie jar? Too many hands in the cookie jar, too many hands in the honey jar make you look like Winnie the Pooh. And of course, everybody saw the way George Steinbrenner was when he owned the Yankees. Hell, he couldn't keep a manager around to save a beer fart. Hell, he had to have Billy Martin so many times, and yeah, before Billy Martin unceremoniously died in that car accident, looked like he was going to manage the Yankees again. But I digress. There's a lot of dysfunction at One Bill's Drive. 17 years this Bills span and all the other Bills fans have had is turmoil, havoc, no playoffs. Get your act together, god damn it. And I'm going to go from the dysfunction at One Bills Drive to the dysfunction on University Hill. What is it with the Syracuse basketball team? Supposedly, we had talent coming in, plus the graduate transfers, Andrew White and John Gillen coming in, that it was supposed to be a top 20 team. Well, you know what? Hell, first ACC game, we couldn't beat an ACC team that hasn't won a league game in 2 years. Yeah, guess what? We go up there to Boston to play Boston College on their home court, of which we've had a pretty good time playing against the Eagles, and guess what? We lose by 15 points. What the hell? We can't even beat a bottom feeder in the ACC? What is going on here? Of course, we beat Cornell. Of course, that's to be expected. Well, what the heck? I mean, where was this badass team that we were supposed to have? Hell, we let Chris Mullen and St. John's come on the Carrier Dome court, and they clobbered us by 33 points. And if we can't beat a bottom feeder like Boston College, what the hell are we going to do with the rest of the ACC schedule coming up? Of course, later this week we got Miami and we got Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh has feasted on us the last few years. Of course, their coach has moved on, but I digress. What the hell is going on University Hill? Boeheim, you better start working your magic, because it's looking like it's going to be a long early 2017. And you know what? When's the last time the Orange had a losing season? A long time. Of course, that's what it's looking like. And of course, going for more dysfunction, how about Mariah Carey and her performance there on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve? Hell, supposedly she didn't have the cue to, quote, lip sync, unquote. What's the matter, Mariah? You so much of a diva, you can't hit those high notes again? Of course, when you came on the scene in 1990, I mean, you were a revelation. Well, of course, when you got 8 straight #1 hits to start up your career, boy, you got the swelled head syndrome. Hell, no wonder why you have to wear a size 12 hat sometimes. And of course, what's with the outfit? Of course, Mariah, yeah, you still look good after all these years, but you know what? I think since you're in your 40s, like me, it's time to cover up. And of course, you got the note singers going on, you got the dancers going on, but you got to walk around the stage prancing about saying, oh hell, it's a new year, oh hell, happy new year. Yeah, you know what? A lot of people are going to start turning away from you, little Miss Diva. I turned away from you a long time ago when you started getting those harebrained ideas. Started thinking, oh, I'm the most important person in the world. Hell, the most important person in the world to you was Tommy Mottola. And of course, you married and you divorced him because you didn't want his beer fart to save your ass. Well, what the hell? Yeah, and you had the gall to blame Dick Clark Productions. Oh, they sabotaged the whole production. No, you sabotaged the whole production, you diva. You know what? It's time you got back to the ground. Hell, I think you're pretty much past your prime. Of course, Madonna's in her mid to late 50s. She's still kicking it. But you know, I think you're past your prime, Miss Carey. Now, you know what? I don't know if you can sing anymore. Of course, I never could sing. But I'm a hit around here, if you know what I mean. But I mean, that's the way I'll close this edition of Kenny's Two Pennies. But you know what? Hopefully it's going to be a good new year. Of course, 2016 closed on a sad note, losing George Michael, Carrie, Princess Leia Fisher, and Debbie Reynolds, almost on successive days. But here's hoping 2017's a better year. And there's spunction with the Bills and the Orange basketball team, 'cause this is ridiculous.